Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 here in Memphis, Tennessee, and also our good friends in Brownsville, Tennessee on FM 95.3 and 1520 AM, and all you folks out in Jackson, Tennessee on News Talk 101.5. Every Saturday morning we talk outdoors for 90 minutes, and on this September the 15th, we're going to have a subject that I love to talk about, and the man on the line loves to talk about it too, and I love to hear him talk about it. So, and we got a couple of guys in the studio with us. I know they like to listen to him because one of them is actually admitted to being an alligator hunter. That's our good friend John Gordon from Avery.
That is correct. I've been a part of 3 alligator kills in the past.
Wow. And then, of course, we have the man that helps you drag them out with all of his ATVs and everything like that if you need them. That's our man, Frank Barton. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry, and good morning, everybody.
He did wear his Indian motorcycle shirt today, and not his ATV with Polaris and everything. But Ricky Flynt's on with us, and you folks out there know he is, I don't know how many, he told us his nickname one time, and it wasn't Gator Man. I can't remember what it was, but and it must have not been not too important. But anyway, because we always like to talk Gator with the Gator Man, Ricky Flynt. He's the alligator fur bearer nuisance. Oh, that puts in long. I'm not sure if maybe I'm on that nuisance list. I don't know. But Wildlife Program Coordinator for the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks means that he cannot get his title and his name on one shirt. So that's it's good to have Ricky. Good morning, Ricky.
Good morning.
Hey, man.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a long title. It doesn't have anything to do with any of my intelligence or my pay.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe about how many words you got on your shirt, you got more money or something along that line. But
it has absolutely no.
Well,
effect.
We got to take care of that.
That nickname, by the way, is Stumpy.
Stumpy. I knew something had to do with a tree, but I wasn't sure. Or a pirate, one of those twos and everything. But Ricky, I know we talked and the season kicked off the alligator hunting season for 10 days. It ended on what I think. September the 10th, something along that line.
Correct. Correct.
I know you have the private lands going on now. Still.
Yeah, we still have a private land season that'll go through 6 a.m. on the 24th of this month. So those folks, we had about 117 property landowners among 34 counties that were qualified for permits, and they still get the opportunity to hunt for a couple more weeks.
Well, talk about this 10 days because it always blows my mind. Over 4,000 applicants, is that right? Somewhere around there?
Yeah, we had about 4,100 applicants for the 930 permits available this year. Slight increase in number of permits from the previous years. We kind of moved around the allotment of permits within the 7 hunting zones a little bit, but a net increase of 10 for this year.
Well, a net increase is 10 more groups are going to have a lot of memory makers, as you call them, and everything. So I'm looking at the figures here. 755. So that's 14 better than last year. So you had 10 more applicants and 14 more alligators.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive right there. But talk about the season.
Well, I'll be honest with you. As we were going into the season, and as we are having to deal with today, this weekend in much of the Southeast, we're dealing with this tropical storm that's coming in. We were greeted with Tropical Storm Gordon,
yep.
Who came in right there in Mississippi, on the coast of Mississippi, on the opening weekend.
Yes.
And it did impact a lot of the state for several days. And fortunately, it wasn't catastrophic. It was just a lot of rainfall. And two things. It did help bring some of the river levels up, which makes it a little better for the hunters in that they are able to navigate more water, particularly in some of those streams that are not typically very deep but still have alligators in them.
Yeah.
But it also impacts, when it's storming and if it's lightning, it makes it very dangerous to be out on the waterways. So I'll be honest with you, I thought that maybe our numbers were going to drop off a little bit this year, and we even had rainfall impacting the hunt all the way through the second weekend.
Okay.
But we still had a lot of people going out, and they were trying to hunt. And I don't know if I provided this stat to you, but we had over 1,600 alligators that were caught and released, and that says a lot about the alligator population in Mississippi. And that's one of the numbers that I look at the most, is how many alligators are these people encountering, catching, and releasing, more so than the harvest. Because absolutely, if these hunters are catching 1,600 to 2,000 alligators, but they're only harvesting 700, 800 alligators, that is more of a hunter's personal choice, whether he wants to decide to harvest that alligator. So obviously there's plenty of alligators out there for these folks to get out there and enjoy a sport hunt. And like you say, and I've said it many times before, we are creating memories that last a lifetime.
And you're talking about catch and release here. I mean,
right?
Technically, so all these people, that just kind of blows my mind. I know Frank Barton kind of raised his eyebrows over there.
I did.
Yeah, because that means you're out there, but it's become such a sport now. Did you catch and release yours, John?
No, we haven't. But it wouldn't be that hard to do, Larry, especially with an alligator that's smaller.
Yeah.
A 4 to 5 footer. I mean, all you have to do is just, once you secure him in the noose and everything, get him up to the boat and just
let him go.
Get the hooks out of him and everything, let him go.
Well, when I'm looking at the figures that
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute.
It sounds real simple. I know, but
it was okay up to get the hooks out of him.
Well, he's missing 3 fingers over here. Don't worry about it, okay? So, a couple of teeth and everything. I want you to know that I actually handled an alligator once. It was about 6 inches long, so that's they look cute.
Small there.
They look cute, but all right, they got 4 13-footers, 26 12-footers, 66 11-footers, 76 10-footers, and 215 6-footers. Now, so what is that compared to the past? With the 4 big ones, is that about normal for that size, 13-footers?
It is very close to normal. It is down just a little bit on those 12-footers. We've been harvesting about 4 or 5 13-plus footers every year.
Right.
So that's fairly normal. That 6-foot figure at 215, some people may say, well, wow, that's a lot of alligators. But to understand what we allow to be harvested, our alligator hunters are permitted to take 2 alligators.
Uh-huh.
Both of those alligators must be at least 4 feet long. Okay. However, we restrict them that only one of those 2 alligators can exceed 7 feet. And we do that to put even pressure on adult alligators as well as juveniles. And for the most part, it has divided our harvest every year about 50-50. 45% or so of those alligators will be over 7 feet, and the rest under 7 feet. So that has worked very well, and I'm very proud of that. But what that wounds up with is a lot of those people, for that alligator under 7 feet, they try to catch one and keep one that is as close to 7 feet as possible.
Uh-huh.
So we wind up with a huge spike in 6-foot alligators. We get some 4-footers, some 5-footers, but a whole lot of 6-footers, and so that's why that number is so high.
And the 6-footer would be what, 2 years old? What is that? Is that? Can you tell by size?
A 6-footer could probably be anywhere from probably 8 to 10 years old.
So a 13-footer is old.
13-footer is old. At a minimum, probably 30 years old, could be 50 plus.
Wow. Again, we're talking to Ricky Flynt, talking about the alligator season down in Mississippi. And, Ricky, I noticed that you put in there in the information you sent me that, and I didn't realize this, over $275,000 in license revenue generated by the alligator hunting season in Mississippi.
Yes, that's very important to us. Most state wildlife agencies are 100% funded by hunting and fishing license.
Yeah.
And that is the case in Mississippi. We receive
Same in
no
Tennessee.
general funds from the state.
Yeah.
And so when we are able to produce a program that not only allows public recreation, hunting, and fishing opportunities, but it can also produce revenue to the agency in order for us to better manage those resources, it's always a plus.
And that $275,000 comes through what?
That is mostly alligator hunting licenses for everyone who's involved in the hunting party. We get a $200 revenue income from each permit holder out of those 930 hunters who get drawn. And then we used to receive some application fee money, but we stopped charging application fees. We do make a charge for the electronic process in the application process, but we do not receive any income from that.
And that process lasts about an hour. I mean, it's amazing.
It actually lasts about a week now. We used to have a first come first serve application process.
Yeah.
We got away from that due to a lot of problems with internet connections. We've simplified it a lot, slowed the whole process down where the applications are received during the first week of June. Then we do a random drawing, and those winners get an email notifying them they have won, and they have a 48-hour time frame to purchase their permit. If they do not purchase that permit within 48 hours, it was reverted back to the pool, and we will do another drawing and send emails out to the next winners.
And you don't have any problems. You don't have any problems right there. Before I let you go, I did see that there was one accident where a boat hit a stump, or where was 6 people in the boat, which I thought that was quite a lot of people.
It was a significant accident. We are very fortunate that nobody lost their life. It was on the Mississippi River. Yeah. Down near Natchez.
Uh-huh.
The boat came in contact with one of the rock dikes that was underwater. You couldn't see it, and the boat hit it. All 6 occupants remained in the vessel. Nobody went overboard, but one of them, a 62-year-old man, did receive a broken collarbone. They did have life jackets.
That's great.
Fortunately, they were able to get a mayday out to the Coast Guard, and a nearby tugboat sent a skiff out and was able to get all 6 occupants into a vessel before they got too far downstream. And then shortly after that, our officers arrived on scene, was able to get everybody in the boat and get them to safety and medical attention.
Well, that's great. I know at 4:30 in the morning on the Mississippi River, I can't imagine what it's like. Ricky, thank you, buddy, for being with us again. Successful season, and we will stay in touch, okay?
All right, we'll talk to you next year.
Thanks, Stumpy. We'll talk to you, all right?
All right, y'all take care.
All right. Let's take a break, come right back, and continue this on Outdoors with Larry Ray.